Namaste friends. Today is 11/11 and 11/11 brings with it the abundance portal. The abundance of wealth, luxury, peace, prosperity, happiness. But it is the failure of recognition on our part that we human beings have not been able to understand how the universe is communicating to us, of how this is an abundance portal. Let's understand what 11/11 really means and what should we do about it. So the first meaning that 11/11 carries with itself is that the higher self, your higher self, is trying to communicate to you. 11/11 or the synchronicities that we experience are also called angel numbers. Why is it called angel numbers? Because our angels are spiritual guides. They try to communicate to us via numbers. Now, just because we do not understand this language of our spiritual guides of the universe, it doesn't mean that this language does not exist. Just like the oxygen exists, but my naked eyes cannot see the oxygen, right? Similarly, the way of communication via numbers exists. It's just that we have not led ourselves to that point of consciousness where we can understand what the numbers are trying to communicate, what the spiritual guides is trying to communicate to us. What it requires is a little bit of wisdom and intelligence to understand it. Now, most of us, we run towards the internet to seek for the answers, to refer every time, okay, what this number is trying to communicate to me. But it doesn't happen this way, because if we are being communicated, it is possible that some specific message that is only for us is being given to us. This we'll understand in the next point. The second meaning is that the present moment holds the answer. We have to be mindful. Now, what happens, like I told you in the last point, that we usually refer the internet every time. But it is possible that the answer that is being given to us is subjective, and therefore, rather than turning outside, we must turn inwards. And whenever we come across 11/11, we just need to be mindful at that time and take a pause. Not look at the internet and just ask ourselves that when this number came to me, at that time, in that moment, what was I doing? What were my thoughts? It is possible that that particular moment was carrying an answer or a hint to a question that we have been seeking for very long now. And we just missed it in that moment. But the universe, it tried to communicate to us and tell us and give the answer. Next time you witness 11/11, don't miss that moment. Take a pause and witness that moment. Be present, be mindful of that moment. Third meaning of 11/11 is that it's a sort of a confirmation that you are on your path of awakening. If we see around us, we will see that still majority of humanity is still sleeping in this deep, deep sleep in the daily chores of life. But there are still very few people, only in maybe thousands or just lakhs out of billions of people on earth, that have woken up. So these people who have started on their journey of awakening, they have started witnessing the synchronicities. It's a confirmation that you have started on your path of awakening. Now, why it's a confirmation? Because when you awaken from this deep sleep of this life, when you're ready for it, it is then that you're open for receiving messages from the universe. And the universe is ready to give you messages in its own language. It knows that you're ready to receive the gifts that it holds for you. As your soul becomes ready, you start witnessing synchronicity. The fourth meaning is that there are changes ahead. The synchronicity is like 1111. They are a direction, they serve as a sort of a signpost telling us that there are changes ahead. And the universe always brings positive changes. It is we who feed the negative and invite negativity into our lives. So what happens is that when a human being awakens, both of the sides within him or her, the negative and the positive, the darker energies and the positive energies, the light, both of them awaken. And as Ralph Emerson said, as a man thinketh, he becomes. As a man chooseth, he becomes. So what do we give weightage to? Are we giving weightage to the positive side, to the light? Or are we giving weightage to the negative side? That is completely on us. So the synchronicities are serving as a signpost, a sort of a reminder, where it is telling us that we need to choose the positive. We always have to choose the positive over the negative. The fifth meaning that 1111 carries with itself is that you are being loved. When the universe or when the spiritual guides, they try to communicate to us using the synchronicities, using the numbers, we should definitely be assured of one thing, that we are being taken care of. That we are so much loved. You know, we always worry, we always have so many questions in our mind. But when the universe talks to us, we should be assured of this one thing, that we are being responded to. So if you want to communicate to the universe, you can always talk to it. Just talk your heart out like we do in a prayer where there are no set rules. Just close your eyes and just talk to the universe like you talk to a person. And you will realize that it responds. It gives you the answers. So be assured that you are being loved. And the sixth and the last meaning of 1111 is you must become a doer. After so many messages that the universe gives to you, and after you have recognized that moment in which you received the message, okay, this was the thought that I was having in this moment, and maybe this is the answer to my question that I've been looking for a very long time now. But if I do not act upon it, then I'm at the same place where I was before. So it's very important that I get that sign that I've got from the universe, get my answer into action, so that I know how to go ahead, so that I move ahead. So I hope, friends, that these 6 points helped you. And if you wish to receive such videos in your inbox, don't forget to click the link in the description below and you'll receive it first. With this, I hope that the 1111 abundance portal opens up for you, and all I wish for you is happiness, peace and prosperity for years to come. Namaste.